Welcome to the nucleocytoplasmic interaction video. Myself Dr. Sunil Patil from BioGBits channel. If you like the video, subscribe it or press the bell icon to share it, like it, to get the information of the new upcoming videos. So now concentrate on the nucleocytoplasmic interaction. We are starting this. In this video we are going to see the nuclear transport, including nuclear transport receptors. Then second part we are going to see nuclear import. Third part we are going to see the nuclear export, and fourth part we are going to see the protein shuttlings. So what is nuclear transport? The nuclear transport refers to the mechanism by which molecule move across the nuclear membrane of cell. It is called the nuclear transport. The entry and exit of large molecule from the cell nucleus is tightly controlled by the nuclear pore complex. So what is nuclear pore complex? We have already studied in the last video. Although small molecules can enter the nucleus without regulation, macromolecules such as RNA and protein required association with the transport factor known as the nuclear transport receptor, like karyopherins, called the importins, to enter of the nucleus and exportins to exit of the nucleus. So karyopherins are importins and exportins. So as per the name indicate, importins to enter the substance inside the nucleus and exportin to exit the substance from nucleus to cytoplasm. So the proteins that must be imported to the nucleus from cytoplasm carry nuclear localization signals, NLS, that are bound to the importins. And NLS, nuclear localization signals, is a sequence of amino acid that acts as a tag. So that signal is a tag. They are diverse in their composition and most commonly hydrophilic, although hydrophobic sequences have also been documented. They are mostly hydrophilic. Protein, the transfer RNAs and the assembled ribosomal subunits are exported from the nucleus. This thing mostly exported, that is the transfer RNAs, tRNAs, proteins, and the small and large subunits of the ribosomes. They are mostly exported of the nucleus due to association with the exportin, which binds signaling sequence called the nuclear export signals, NES. The ability of both importin and exportin to transport their cargoes, the substance which carried that cargoes, is regulated by the small RAS related GTPase and RAN. GTPases are enzymes that are bind to molecule called the guanosine triphosphate, GTP, which they then hydrolyze to create guanosine diphosphate and releases in this way energy, GTP to GDP, releasing the ATP. RAN is the different conformation depending on the whether it is bounded to GTP or it is bounded to GDP. In the GTP bound state, RAN is capable of binding karyopherin, importin or exportin. When only it is bind to GTP, it binds to either importin or exportin. Means it needs energy which is required to carry this cargo. Importin release cargo upon binding to RAN GTP, while the exportin must bind to RAN GTP to form the ternary complex with their export cargo. The dominant nucleotide binding state of RAN depends on whether it is located in the nucleus RAN GTP or the cytoplasm RAN GTP. In cytoplasm RAN GTP and nucleus RAN GTP. You can see this. RAN GDP means it is in the cytoplasm, it is joined to cargo. Nuclear export, the cargo plus RAN GTP, then cargo is released. So you can see this export and import. We are going to see again in detail the export and import. The nuclear import, the cargo protein with the NLS combines with the importin, and importin then carried to the import. And nucleus export, it starts from cargo protein with the NES and RAN GTP then join to the exportin, and via nuclear pore complex they are exported out. So in this way the import and export takes place. We are going to see in detail about the import first. Importin protein binds their cargo in the cytoplasm, after which they are able to interact with the nuclear pore complex and pass through its channel. Once inside the nucleus, interaction with the RAN-GTP causes a conformational change in the importin that causes it to dissociate from its cargo. It gets dissociated from its cargo. The resulting complex of the importin and RAN-GTP then translocated to the cytoplasm, where a protein called RAN binding protein separate the RAN-GTP from the importin. Separation allows access to the GTPase activating protein. The binds RAN-GTP and induces the hydrolysis of GTP to GDP, means use the ATP, one energy. A RAN-GDP produces from this process now binds to the nuclear transport factor, which return to the nucleoplasm. Now in the nucleus, the RAN-GDP interacts with the guanine nucleotide exchange factor GEF, which replace the GDP with the GTP, resulting again RAN-GTP and beginning with the cycle. In this way the import takes place. The nuclear export roughly reverse of the nuclear import. Once you understand the import, then it is completely reverse of this. In the nucleus, inside the nucleus, the exportin binds the cargo, the substance to be carried out, and RAN-GTP and diffuses through the nuclear pore complex to the cytoplasm, where the complex get dissociated, separated. RAN-GTP binds to GAP and hydrolyzes the GTP, and the resulting RAN-GDP complex is restored to the nucleus, where it exchanges its bound ligand for the GTP. Hence, where the importin depends on RAN-GTP dissociate from the cargo, exportin requires RAN-GTP in order to bind this cargo. A specialized mRNA export proteins move mature mRNA to the cytoplasm after post-transcriptional modification is complete. This translocation process is actively dependent on the RAN protein, although the specific mechanism is not yet understood. Some particularly commonly transcribed genes are physically located near nuclear pore to facilitate the translocation process. So this is the import cycle and this is the export cycle. In the import cycle you can see RAN-GDP, then this is importin combines with the cargo and importin togetherly get imported inside. Then the cargo gets separated, then RAN-GTP combines with the cargo, then in this way it is the cycle of import cycle. Then in the export cycle, RAN-GTP plus the cargo togetherly form RAN-GTP, cargo and the exportin. These three things togetherly, RAN-GTP, exportin and the substance, they get exported through the nuclear pore complex and they get separated again, and the exportin again back. So this is the cycle, export cycle of the nuclear transport. So export of tRNA is also depend on the various modifications it undergoes, thus preventing export of improperly functioning of tRNA. This quality control mechanism is important due to the tRNA control role in the translation, where it is involved in the adding amino acid to a growing peptide chain. The tRNA exporter in the vertebrate is called as the exportin T. Exportin T binds directly to tRNA cargo in the nucleus, a process promoted by the presence of RAN-GTP. Mutation that affect the tRNA structure inhibit its ability to bind to exportin T and consequentially to be exported, providing the cell with another quality control step. It is a controlling step of the export. As described above, once of the complex has crossed the envelope to dissociate and release the tRNA cargo into the cytoplasm or cytosol. So last point, it is the protein shuttling. So many proteins are known as they have both NES and NLS, and thus shuttle constantly between the nucleus and the cytosol. So they exit and they get imported inside the nucleus. In certain cases, one of these steps, nuclear import and nuclear export, is regulated. Often post-translation modification, protein shuttling can be assessed using a heterokaryon fusion assay. In this, we have already seen this. So this is about the nucleocytoplasmic interaction. So see you again in the next lecture. Next lecture, it is of cytoskeleton. So if you like the video, definitely subscribe it, press the bell icon, and you may share it to know the information of new videos. So thank you very much. See you again.